This was an application for investigation on the Bloor Street Transformation Project. For those of you that go down to Bloor Street, first of all, it's been torn up for months and driving people nuts, and it's all being fancified and beautified. They had to change all the underground pipes and things like that, and they're going to be a wonderful job. Multi-million-dollar project. This paid for jointly by the retailers down there and the city of Toronto. This thing went through a class environmental assessment. And the class environmental assessment, is again one of these streamlined environmental assessment process, and they designate them into A, B, C, or D full environment. So D is like a full environmental assessment, but A is like, yeah, we're doing this. Yeah, we'll put a little ad in the paper, And B is like, well, we're gonna have a couple meetings and do a few little things. And C is like, well, there's some reports and there's more detail and there's more meetings. There's more vary in the level of engagement and consultation. I'm being a little facetious, but that's the concept. And this one was designated as an A, which is the lowest level. And there is a big community down there that is very interested in Bloor Street, and that's the cycling community, because the cycling lines come in, people move down Bloor Street, and of course the Bloor Street Viaduct is the way into the eastern in Toronto, and there is a bike lane across that, and so this Bloor Street, well, all this transformation project didn't include bicycle lanes, but more importantly, it didn't, because it was classified as A. It didn't include the opportunity for the cyclists to make the case for bicycle lanes. You didn't have the opportunity to. And so they filed a request for investigation of violation of the Environmental Assessment Act, by the way. It were overruled. They actually went to court in a judicial review, and I don't know the details, and far be it to me to second judge the court, but they lost in court. But my example is the fact that one has to be extremely careful that you don't abuse the process, because in the end, again, they've got huge fight on their hands, went to court, didn't save any time or money, really. And so my recommendation that comes out of this is they should amend the document called the Class EA document, the guidance document, and make it mandatory if you're doing major street renovations to consider cycling and pedestrian traffic as well as car traffic. I mean, it should be considered. And had it happened, way at the start of this, there would have been perhaps a different outcome. But at least, even if there still were no cycling lanes, the cyclists would have had their fair day and had the opportunity to express their opinion.